Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon, or good night, wherever you are. So you're either having a coffee with me or your afternoon tea or something a little harder in the evening. Who knows, right, Scott? So yes, let's talk about what's going on the Reykjanes Peninsula. And there's a lot going on. So many of you have asked me about the children. What's going on with the children? We'll talk about that. I have some news for you there. Of course, we talk about the eruption and the status of that one crater that keeps erupting. And of course, my friend, the Blue Lagoon, they're very creative with their website again. So they keep changing things, but it's still the same pattern, right? They keep changing it to pretend they're saying something, but really making it look like as harmless as it can be. And they have done another, kudos to them. They're really great at trying to make tourists not realize. But whatever, we'll talk about this in a minute. Let's talk about the eruption. So the Icelandic MET Office has released an update today. They have released a new picture of the one crater that is still active. And the land rise continues underneath Svartsengi, where the Blue Lagoon is located, and the power plant. Same pace since the beginning of April. The eruption that also started like March 16th is still constant. The risk assessment map with the hazard areas is still valid until April 16th, unless something will change. There is still the risk of gas pollution. That's why the Blue Lagoon was just closed. They are advising to monitor the air quality if you're in the area, and they also have a gas distribution forecast here. So the forecast for the weekend at the moment, it seems that the gas pollution is blown out to the sea, so that's a good thing. And we have that one crater that remains active, and it has been active, just that one crater, since April 5th. The others have died down by them, but the lava continues to flow from that crater, and it's still flowing south from that crater, but it does not reach far, because instead of reaching further to the south, it's building up on top of each other. And close to the crater. So it's not flowing very far away from the crater right now. Right now they're saying there are no clear signs of lava advancing to the dikes, to the protection walls of Grindavik, the ones at north of Grindavik, or the road Grindavik, or Melholm's Namu. So why are they saying there are no clear signs? Because we used to have kind of, but it doesn't look like this is the case right now. There was a lava river forming, and by building on top of each other, in between there was some river that was flowing a little bit further, but that's not the case. At least as they say it, there's no clear sign. The land rise underneath Svartsengi, something that needs to be mentioned about this, it continues at a similar pace, but what has happened at the beginning of April, it has increased its speed again, with which it's rising. Why is it rising? Because the magma chamber underneath Svartsengi is filling up again. What does that mean? So that's an indication that the majority of the magma that is flowing around under Svartsengi right now is gathering in that magma chamber again. So that is causing increased pressure, and of course, therefore, the land rise. And so there is still an open connection between that magma chamber and the eruption site, because the magma is still coming out from that crater. So we have to see how further this develops. If the magma chamber fills up again to the point of maximum elasticity while we're still having that eruption, it could increase the eruption again if it's full and it sends out, with more pressure, sends out more lava towards the eruption site. This crater, there's no doubt, is still causing gas pollution, and the whole Reykjanes Peninsula could be affected by this. So that's why they're not only saying monitor the air quality, but they're also saying familiarize yourself with reactions to air pollution from that volcanic eruption. And so we know the Blue Lagoon had to be closed because it was blowing in there. And just 2 or 2.5 weeks ago, one of their workers was outside and had to be hospitalized due to respiratory issues that did arise from gas pollution. They say that since then they have increased their numbers of gas meters in the Blue Lagoon, but the authorities are also saying because of the lava bed gassing off and at low wind speeds, for example, that eruption, the heat from that eruption can impact wind directions and can quickly change the direction and blow it in there. And you know, I've been criticizing the Blue Lagoon for not being transparent enough to the tourists so that the tourists would really know what they're getting into if they're booking. Because if you're in another country, you might not have followed this so closely. Well, there's an eruption in Iceland, yeah, but you know, many people didn't know and weren't aware that the Blue Lagoon is really so close to that eruption site, and they're not really transparent on their website. Now they have a section where before, if you find that section, they were only mentioning earthquakes. Now, I think since a week or 2 weeks maybe, they're mentioning some volcanic activity as well, but you have to find that. And if you go to the start page of the Blue Lagoon, there is basically nothing. There used to be a banner after they reopened. There was a banner on top, all facilities are open, read more. But it didn't, well, read more, right? If I'm booking while they're open, what do I need more? It's probably more information about opening hours or whatever. That's what you think. And now, you know, they keep changing their website, so they're not using the same banner. Now, if you open the website, there's just a little pop-up on the left bottom of it. And there's an arrow that points down and it says, all facilities are open. Read more about activity in the area. So if I don't know what's going on, read more about activity in the area. What would I think of? I'd probably think about things like that, or this, right? But would I think about activity? Would I think about this? Or would I think about that? I wouldn't think about this, right? Because, you know, they're sneaky, in my opinion. You could read more about the volcanic activity in the area. That would give people an indication. Oopsie, okay, maybe I should click on this. But if you just want to go for a swim and a spa day, you're not interested in other activities that might be available because this is a tourist destination, like hiking or biking or whatever, that you won't click it. And if you don't click this, there is no more information, right? So you go to book now and off you go. And I know that another YouTuber has pointed out recently that in the fine print, it's basically that you won't get a refund if there's a natural disaster or if something is happening that might lead to a cancellation or a closure. I don't know. If you're watching and if you have been evacuated from the Blue Lagoon, let me know. Did you get a refund or have you been offered to come back for free at another day? How was it handled? I would like to know. What we know is that the civil defense, the police chief of Sudorns, they're saying to whoever is in the hazard area, that's the hazard map that the Icelandic Meteorological Office has released, they're saying you are there at your own risk and you are responsible for your own actions and inactions, because they basically do not want people in these areas, especially not Grindavik. There's only residents, contractors, business people, and now the press is allowed in there too. But it seems to be different for the Blue Lagoon because they're driving all the tourists there. And you know my opinion about this. But what else is new? We want to talk about the kids, because many of you have asked me, well, what's happening to the kids of Grindavik? Can they stay together or where are they? I can't give you that answer 100%, but I can give you an update what is happening in other settlements. Many people that lived in Grindavik have moved to the other municipalities that are close by. And one of these municipalities is called Vogum. And what they have noticed there in this community, that about 300 people have moved there in the last few weeks. And that's a population increase for that little settlement of 33% in just over a year from the beginning of 2023 to March this year. And they think that the increase will be even higher. That's what the mayor of Vogum is saying. And the vast majority of the new residents are ex-residents from Grindavik who have been given the opportunity to temporarily register their residence in light of the circumstances that have been going on in Grindavik. So they're saying this rapid increase in population has a major impact on all of the infrastructure, and they're saying we have reached the limit of tolerance, especially in the schools. So the number of children of primary school age has increased by over 40%. That's a lot, but that tells you where the children are, and it seems like some of the children seem to be able to remain together. And of course, the mayor of Vogum says we're doing everything we can to guarantee that these people have services, but we cannot do more than the municipality's infrastructure and finances allows. And that makes sense for sure. So in that settlement, the official number is that there are 1,599 people who have registered their legal domicile there, and 1,788 with those who have registered their residence here. So they're saying that the number is probably higher, close to 1,900. And of course, they're saying this is a huge increase that we naturally did not expect for that small settlement. And they did not expect such a rapid increase. And basically at the beginning of the year. And he says our wildest predictions have come true in the first few days of 2024. And yeah, it's impacting the infrastructure. And the mayor says, you know, these numbers only tell half the story, because this rapid increase in population has a major impact on the settlement. And he says we have reached the limit of tolerance, especially in the schools. So yeah, guys, that was a quick update about what is going on in Iceland right now, what's going on with the residents, and some tourist attractions that I'm not a fan of because I don't like the way they're behaving. If they were transparent, I think it would put a lot more trust into what they're doing, and people would probably be or might feel safer. That is my opinion, because right now the feeling that I get, and let me know if you feel like that too, is that in my opinion, it gives you the feeling that they want to play it down and that they really want to hide what's going on so that it doesn't affect their business and their bookings. And I think if they were transparent, if the front page said we have a volcanic eruption going, the magma's coming from a magma chamber that's right underneath us, and we might be affected right now from gas pollution, the risk for a lava flow are not present at the moment, but that can change. But, you know, be aware of gas pollution, people with respiratory issues, heart issues, elderly people that are not very mobile, young children should maybe not come to our place while we still have that eruption going on. I think that's what they should say, but it's not the case. And that's why I keep bringing it up and I keep following what they're doing, because it's people are taking a risk when they're coming to that place, and they should be fully aware that they are taking this risk, because it's just a swim, it's just a spa. It's not that they're coming to a medical facility to get like life-saving treatment, that it's really necessary to be there. It's not, because Iceland has so many other beautiful places, beautiful spas, beautiful pools where people could go instead. And especially the group that might especially endanger it, like as I just said, elderly, respiratory issues. Because if you're in that pool and the gas pollution comes in, you have to get out quickly, and that's probably not possible for everyone. So that is my opinion. That's my closing sentence, so to speak, guys. I hope you're having a great day or afternoon or evening or night. If you're sleeping, then I'll see you in the morning. If you're new here, please subscribe. I would love to have you on my channel. And for all my other viewers that I see on a regular basis, thanks for coming back to my channel. Thanks for being here, and thanks for supporting my channel. Thank you so much, guys. I see you soon. Check out the videos in the end screen. There's something going on at Campi Flegrei, and there might be something going on this year, according to a scientist in California. So check that out. And I have Rudy in there too in one of these two videos. You'll see he's in the outtakes. So see you soon, guys. Bye bye.